when did we do it? When's it from? What?
It's from the late 90s.
Oh, but where did we record it? Is it the stuff that we recorded piecemeal, like out there and Ultra Suede and stuff?
I think it was recorded at Ultra Suede.
Right on.
There's a couple of songs are drum loops. There's Brent playing drums on there. One of the songs doesn't. It has bass on there. You playing bass?
Well, I'd like to hear it. Send it to me. I haven't abandoned Death Warmed Over. I keep working with it. I've actually recorded a handful of different things. I just don't like any of them very much.
Well, record the bass line and send it back to me.
I'm not happy with the bass line.
How long has it been now? 4 weeks?
3. Come on. Give me a
Are
break.
you one of those people that can never finish a project?
Typically speaking, no.
We all know those people. They start a project and then they just keep doing overdubs until it's like they don't have any more ideas, and then they abandon the project.
Right.
Yep.
Bill, how are you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
All right. All right. Hanging in there. Tired.
Yeah. Do you work all day today?
I did. I worked all day today, and I had kind of a high action couple of days anyway, just with yard work and other shit. And so, yeah. How about you? What'd you do all day? Did you guys finish your transplant tree thing, right, Stevie?
Yeah. I was working on the DVD, the ADAT dump.
So is it all just, so if it's on a DVD and it's an ADAT dump, does that mean you have individual track files and shit, or is it just
Yeah, 24 track. But the thing is, there's like key missions at the beginning, and then there's like another song, and then the next song comes in, and like right in the middle of it, there's like a section of another song, and then it pops off. I just recorded it onto the ADAT all willy-nilly and didn't, pick. It was my junk tape basically. So
Gotcha.
I would just pick a spot and start recording. So there's like all kinds of craziness going on.
Well, I'd like to hear it. How can you get it to me?
I'll share. Oh, on SoundCloud, the second song on SoundCloud, I forget what it's called, but that's one of the songs on the tape.
Oh, hallelujah! I'll go and listen to it. I'll go and listen to it. Is it worth saving, or is it a lot of garbage?
No, it's worth fooling around with.
Yeah. How's your dad doing?
Good.
You guys surviving just day to day, huh?
Well, I did get my unemployment check.
Did you?
Yeah, and the stimulus package.
Hell, you're rolling in dough.
No, I am. Yeah.
Billy, did you get your stimulus package?
I didn't.
You did not.
Not yet.
Had you already filed taxes this year?
No, not yet.
Stevie, did you file your taxes already this year?
Yeah, in January or February I did.
Yeah, I think that has something to do with it. Because I did too, and I got my stimulus check. I immediately went out and spent it on hookers and wine. That's how you stimulate an economy.
What was the name of that bar?
People that need it the most. Sorry?
That bar that you go to, the Crow Bar?
Jay Metz's place. That was fun having Jay on, but he said very little.
I haven't gotten to see a few of these, and I feel bad. I still haven't seen the one with David Enright.
Oh, that one was good. I got in trouble at the end of it, though. I made a joke the wife didn't think was funny, but yeah.
I'll have to rewatch for that.
See, now I'm gonna get in trouble again. Now I'm gonna get in trouble again for mentioning it.
Hey, Scott.
Yeah.
Speaking of your wife.
Yeah.
I'm making new fans from my exposure on your program.
Oh yeah, did so she friended you on Facebook?
Friend request from Christina Haggerty. That's right.
Oh, you
Or
got.
By
Where's
the
the
way,
bell? Yeah,
new accessory.
like it. Have to have you on more often. Well, I don't know, but I had Jeff Mankey and my brother and Jay on last night, and it was proof that two people is definitely better than three, just because just the way it went.
I don't have a
Especially with this short
bell,
a time period. You don't have a bell? What do you got? You got something,
Billy.
right?
I don't have a bell, but I have finger cymbals.
Oh, I got you guys both beat.
Oh man, Brent is going to be so pissed that he couldn't be with us.
1, 2, 3, 4.
It's a new low. It's a new low. Yeah. Billy, tell me a little bit about your friend that it's not really fair. You're supposed to start talking about possible future show, but Ken Hayes, is that his name?
Yeah, you know Ken, or he seems to
He
know a lot of people. He was in NKU.
Okay, he said we'd met, and shit, that's entirely possible, but
Yeah.
it was nice of him to reach out. How are you faring, Billy?
Good man. I've been roasting coffee beans.
I know. see, we're gonna start the Furbee
It's good. It's good stuff, man.
cafe and grocery, hot sauce and beer and coffee.
Yeah.
You guys were baking some too, weren't you?
Yeah, we had a package of egg roll wrappers that we hadn't done anything with, and we put apple pie filling in them. They're actually really, really good.
Egg roll.
Yeah, that sounds good. Have you guys ever heard of a pandowdy pan?
Is this a joke?
No, maybe. I don't know. A pandowdy pan is this old school camping thing where it's literally just a hinged couple of clam-shaped frying pan kind of things. They're cast iron, and the thing is you put pieces of bread on either side of them and put whatever you want in the middle and close it and hold it over a fire, and you get this toasted hot like pie thing.
Oh, I used to have one like that for omelets.
Yeah, but this is to be held over a fire. We had a pandowdy pan, and my father would make apple pandowdies, which was, cheap bread, buttered, and applesauce between it, heated over a gas stove burner.
Nice.
Yes, we have a winner. We have a winner.
Ding, ding, ding.
Ding, 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 ding. So what's Northern Kentucky like as far as groceries, the world? Have you guys ventured out much?
Oh, you know what? Yeah, let me. My girlfriend Katie came up with a click list hack that I can't share too much of the details for. We placed our.
Why'd you bring it up then?
We placed our click list order, and we're told, you got to wait a week to come get it. We changed our pickup store to the next town over, and it was available the next day.
Ooh. Now, when you say the next town over, what's the added driving time?
I don't know, a minute.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So the next neighborhood over.
What's click list?
You order things from the grocery store, and then they put the order together for you, and you literally just pull up, and they load it in your car, and you go.
Oh, Steve. What's a click list?
All right, man.
They deliver groceries, too, now.
You know what I did?
Tell me.
My mailman's pretty cool, and I've talked to him before.
Right.
And I thought, why don't I leave him something nice on the porch? So I left
some wine.
So I left him a note, and it said, "Thank you, mailman." And it was like a 22-ounce bottle of this hard cider we made, and a loaf of bread that we made, and a bottle. We made hot sauce too. A bottle of hot sauce.
You have a bottle of hot sauce?
Yeah.
Was it the Blazing Gentleman green sauce?
No, this one was red. It was still really good.
That Blazing Gentleman green sauce was really good, Billy.
So I've been waiting to peek it out through the peephole to see if he comes in to drop off mail, and if he notices it. He didn't take it today.
Oh, it was out there, and he came by and he ignored it and walked away.
He didn't. Yeah. So as soon as I saw him walking away, I brought it back into the house, and then I'm upstairs and I hear a truck outside. So I look out the window. Well, there's his truck parked in front of the house. But I'd already pulled everything back in.
Oh, he came back to get the stuff. He didn't want to carry it with him until he got back to the car.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's what it was. He strategically decided to retrieve it at a later time, and then you reneged on the offer. Damn, Billy. That's kind of harsh. That guy's going to tell a story when he gets back to the post office tonight, too.
Do you guys listen to the Rise Chatham?
I haven't listened, Billy. I have literally saved every single one of those links you've sent, and I've listened to none of it. And at least half of it is stuff that I'm like, I really want to check this out. And so that's why I'm saving all the links and shit. This is an amazing catalog that you're disseminating, if you will.
You know what I found today on an old hard drive?
You're going to tell me.
300 plus songs by Beck, but like back when Beck was cool. Like when he was singing songs about, puffing nitrous and all that.
Was this before or after he was with Hanson as the oldest brother in the group?
Yeah, right. No, but like they're like some of like, his demo cassettes and stuff like that he just give out to friends and stuff. It's stuff like that. It's pretty cool.
I bet some of that's interesting.
Yeah.
I like some Beck. There's pieces here and there. I'm not a huge
I love
fan.
Beck when it came out, and I just kind of lost.
There's good songs on that Odelay record for sure. That's what, third? I can't remember. I wasn't big enough.
Didn't Beck have a record on that Portland label? What is it? K Records. Seems like he had a record out in the late '80s, early '90s.
Yeah.
It was an acoustic thing, and Scott Plouffe, the former drummer from Spinanes, and that other band that he was in.
Oh yeah.
Built to Spill. Yes, thanks.
Hey Steve, you can tell the story about how there's a Sistern song named after when you were on the road with Spinanes, Fuzzyland.
Oh, right.
Is that what that's about?
Well, in name only.
Okay.
There was a venue in LA called Fuzzyland.
Oh yeah. See, that's what I thought. I thought it was named after a place, a real place.
Yeah. So
okay.
I thought that was a cool name for whatever, so I just nicked it.
It's a Fuzzyland in Amsterdam, I believe. It's a house of ill repute.
Yeah.
You go that way. Steve, you remember that time you came off a tour in Europe once, and you told me the story about how you were at some club, and these really beautiful girls kept coming up next to you and making out with each other, and you would just stand there staring at them, and finally one girl turned to you and incredulously asked, "Wasn't it every American's fantasy?" Isn't that how that story went? Do you not remember this?
I don't remember that.
I can picture that.
You were just no. It's a good story. I'm sure I did it no justice.
Remember when we drove up to Columbus when I got off tour, and we were just going to start that tour with Aerosmith, and we went to pick up some stuff in Columbus where all the Wigs gear got shipped with Aerosmith's from Amsterdam.
Right?
Yeah.
That worked out all right, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, for those guys, yeah.
I saw today some organization was having a series called Checking In On, where they do like video interviews with folks, and I saw that they did Greg Dooley today. I thought.
Did they?
I forget who it was.
Did you do it in drag?
Did what?
Nothing. Nothing.
Probably not.
Yeah, probably not. Wasn't Greg gonna tour this? Wasn't he touring this year, like a solo?
Yeah, he was supposed to be on tour right now.
Yeah.
In fact,
that's gotta kind of suck.
The show at the Woodward was supposed to be this week.
Oh, that's gotta kind of suck.
So they postponed it till fall.
I was supposed to write about it for City Beat too.
That even happens.
It even happens again. Well, what do you guys think? I mean, everyone's talking reopen, but I keep hearing things like that. Things getting pushed till fall.
Well, in the fall's when the second wave comes in.
or is it after we drop all of our cautionary behaviors over the next 6 weeks?
Either or.
Yeah.
Well, if you reopen without testing for everybody, it's, you don't know really what you're doing.
I agree with that, but it doesn't change the fact that it's going to happen. It's already happening in parts of the United States. I mean, people are, you could read the polls where people say that they're against doing it without a vaccine or without better testing, whatever the case might be, but
they're out in the streets
they're
protesting.
still doing it. Yeah. Well, I think it's thankfully a very small minority, but
A small but vocal minority.
yes. So I don't know what's going to happen either, but it just seems like fall's also this kind of magical time where it's all going to be back to normal and we're going to be able to go to rock shows again.
But it's going to get colder and it's magically going to go away. I think you have that backwards.
No, I'm saying fall. Yeah, I know. Well, the magically warmer it's going to go away. I don't think is true either, because it's already been, it's already spread the same kind of way it has everywhere else in the warmer climates of the world too. So.
It'll get warmer and magically go away.
It'll be a miracle. It'll disappear. One can only hope.
Yeah, that's about it.
There was talk of Springfest, Billy. I committed. Enright said he actually had tickets to come back to Cincinnati specifically.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Springfest.
For DBB.
Yeah. And I told him if that actually goes off, which I find extremely unlikely, but I told him if that goes off, I will definitely be there. So we'll talk about that when the time comes, if the time comes.
Yep.
I saw Enright was DJing in Brussels at it looked like a little pavilion in a park that was a DJ booth.
Really?
Yeah,
how recently was this?
Maybe 6 months or something. I don't know.
He wouldn't talk about what he did. He said his job was super boring. And that was as far as it went. And then we did some speculation.
Oh, well, that's he's got a real job.
Right.
Apparently. Yeah.
Right. But I would have liked to have heard about that. He remembered LD from some PJ Harvey secret show that happened in London. Or no, it was New York City, sorry. And he said that he had looked out and seen her and recognized her, but didn't speak with her that night. That's a long story I'm not going to get into. But
really?
Yeah, he looked so exactly the same as he always has. It's pretty amazing.
So, where's LD? Is she in London?
She's in London. You can hear all about it. Just scroll down my feed for a few days ago.
Well, I watched the introductions to that show. I didn't get all the way through it.
Yeah.
Of course.
I mean, I'd be amazed if very many people watched any of these things, except for the ones they're on. Maybe I don't know. I don't ever watch them again. Although for whatever reason, I'm finally putting them together on a YouTube channel.
Uh-oh.
I know. Oh, it's getting serious now. I didn't have a second two, Billy.
I noticed that. Yeah.
That's a Z.
That's a Z.
At
one point today, the 22nd, right? Exactly.
I went to get the coffee beans. Have you ever seen raw coffee beans before?
I have.
That's the kind I'm making.
Yep. Man, how are you roasting them?
I put them on a pan and I put them on
like
the
a cookie
grill.
sheet or you put them on the grill?
Yeah.
Right on. Deep pan, shallow pan?
Deep pan.
Any kind of liquid with it? Water? Steam?
No, not at all.
Nothing?
Water, steam.
I got
no, right. Like those are different things.
I use an oven glove and I got a real big long spoon.
That's what I hear.
That's right. And I put it in the hot coffee beans.
Well, so what are you gonna? I mean, you guys are roasting this for your own purposes, obviously, and you're buying you roastums. Where are you getting those beans to roast?
There's a website. There's a few websites you can get them from. This one's called like youroastem.com, and you can pick what part of the world and if you want fair trade or if you want.
Or if you don't care. If you want people to have died to get your beans.
Yeah.
Now, where are those from, Billy? Mexico or something? South America?
Nicaragua.
Brazil, Serra Negra.
Brazil?
Sweet. Yes, sweet and citric with praline and salted peanut flavors.
Peanut flavored coffee?
They just say that because it still tastes like coffee.
There's supposed to be overtones with coffee. You know what
Yeah.
Corbett Stepp would say? He'd say, "There's an awful lot of coffee in Brazil."
If we were still having practice, I'd bring you guys some fresh home roasted coffee, but it's off the table.
You know what's funny? You know what's crazy is I hardly ever make coffee. I've got a Keurig that I use every once in a while. But I have a traditional coffee maker, and I even have a grinder. So some fresh beans might be something I'd be interested in anyway.
Well, maybe I'll have to bring you some fresh beans.
That's what I'm hinting at.
Hey Scott, what kind of lighting do you have there? You look so well lit.
This is literally a bare light bulb hanging from the ceiling of my room. That's all it is. And I always make sure, well, I mean, there's nothing, because there's this countertop built in here. There's nothing I can do about it anyway. The computer has to sit here and I have to sit here. I mean, I guess I could put the computer over here, but I don't know. It just works out this way.
Nice.
Yeah, good fortune. I think it makes me look kind of pasty and old and fat. And then I remember that I'm pasty and old and fat.
Look at that, Billy.
Hey, that's my guitar.
Is that a telly?
It's sitting there safe.
Good.
I have been using it though.
Good, man. Good.
This has been sitting in here for the last couple of weeks too. So
I need to get out the accordion again.
The accordion?
I do have an accordion.
I was thinking about getting a kit to build hurdy-gurdy.
Is that one of those crank isn't it? I don't really know that much about them, but aren't they essentially just like giant music boxes where you have like spools and stuff?
Yeah. Like the strings are. I mean, there's buttons on the neck that you can press to adjust tension on the strings. But
okay. This isn't what I'm thinking about at all.
You play the strings by turning the wheel.
Right.
And the wheel has the friction against the strings. I don't have one.
They're very complicated and finicky and fussy.
Yeah.
But
it seems like there's a lot that could go wrong.
According to Mike Reeder's fret buzz.
Oh, I missed that one.
I saw Steve Earle. Steve Earle has a new video.
What is it?
His band Earl Diamond.
Oh, okay.
They made a video over at the Sight and Sound in Covington.
No shit. So is it just like them performing kind of thing, or is it like video?
Well, it's a video. It has them performing in it on a stage at the Covington location.
Right on. I mean, Sight and Sound's a studio, isn't it? I don't know anything about it. I didn't know there was a stage.
Yeah, it's Sight and Sound.
Right. I mean, obvious to the most casual of observers.
Last time I was in there, they had so much equipment that the stage, you couldn't tell the stage from the main floor because there was so much stuff everywhere. It was just a barrage of.
You know what it is? It's the Mike's Music Covington location, which always had that stage at the back of the room in the. I don't know if you ever went to his Covington location.
Yeah. I didn't realize we're talking about the same place.
Yeah. He kind of reconceived it as space for I think Brian Lovely might have worked with him to make it like a studio situation there.
Yeah, so he does that weekly fret buzz.
Yeah. Bill Weber, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So someone Driscoll was telling me I should listen to that. I was thinking about having Bill Weber on here, but I don't know if he'd do it or not.
Well, yeah, he probably would, I bet.
He'd be funny. He is funny.
Yeah, he can tell you about his check he got from the IRS. He thought it was a stimulus check, and it turned out to be his tax returns from a couple years ago.
Refunds from a couple of years ago. Weren't they like $35 and $15 or something crazy like
that?
Yeah. It's a cruel joke. We've recalculated the numbers, and based on your location and your demographics.
Based on last year's income, here's your $15. Yeah. I guess Brent's offline this evening.
Brent, I mean, he sent me he sent it to all of us, right? The text about how he spends all day in front of the computer and has to do video. And I get it. And you know what? I pretty much have to do the same shit. I have a green screen that I put up on a clothesline. See this clothesline? See that?
Oh, you should do that next time.
No. know. I have to do it for work. I'm not doing it for you guys. I'm not doing it
Well,
for anybody.
what's the green screen for work?
I can't have an unprofessional background.
Oh, do you have an office background you use, or is it just
Sure do.
Really?
Sure do. I do.
Wow.
You want to see it? I can show you.
Yeah. Show me.
So, and this is because you can, with Zoom, you could choose a virtual background without a green screen, but it's better with the green screen. So that's why I put it up. But this is the one I use mostly, is Italy.
That doesn't look good.
Here.
Oh, there you
Hey,
go.
So I turn off, you could use a virtual background without a green screen and it's like this. But if you turn on the I have a green screen button and have a green screen, miraculously, it looks pretty good. You can get anything behind you want, really.
Oh,
do you ever get cut off when you're
Um,
doing these
when I'm
meetings?
doing when I'm doing these things, like the one, like the just the babbling things I'm posting.
Well, I mean, if you're doing online stuff during the day, isn't that kind of a nuisance if you get cut off every time you pass 40 minutes?
Oh no, the stuff I'm doing during the day is always company account stuff.
Okay.
So there's
How
no
do
time.
you-
There's no time limit on it.
What are you doing, Billy?
I'm trying to see what little things I can play with on this.
He's trying to put he's going to put a virtual background in. Any second now, he's going to have the stars behind him, because there's a handful of ones that are built in you can use. It's ridiculous.
There you go.
I also think it's kind of ridiculous. So,
I don't think I have any to choose from.
well, you can add pictures from your computer if you want. Sometimes my boss will put a picture he has up of one of our other coworkers, so she'll be like giant behind him, and he'll be sitting in front of it. It's very pro. No, but one of the reasons we're going over this and trying to get better at the Zoom meeting stuff is my boss wants us to try and incorporate Zoom meetings into just our regular sales calls that we'd be doing anyway, which I have mixed feelings about. We'll see how it goes. But what I was going to say about Brent, sometimes I get kind of burnt out too, and I'll have people lined up to do this that I've asked as a favor to come talk to me, and I'll be like, oh. I kind of set myself up to keep doing this, and some days it's kind of like a chore.
Well, I'm glad you're still doing it.
Well, thanks, Billy. Thanks. I'm glad you guys are still willing to do it too. I'd be terrific. By the way, I'm perfectly fine if you guys ever get fed up with doing it. I'd much rather be playing too.
Yeah, well, maybe soon we're gonna open back up. And
I don't know why. Why couldn't we? Hey Stevie, why couldn't we just kind of come down to Tug Fork and play?
Good, I guess.
I mean, you could ask your dad how he felt about it, but and I don't want to speak for Brent, obviously, but I don't feel like coming to that place would be high risk for anybody, and I don't feel as though I'm a high risk to anybody. Just food for thought. Maybe some Wednesday we come down there, play in that garage until 9 o'clock or something reasonable.
Well, it doesn't matter. We can do it whenever we want.
I was thinking in terms of Dawn not having to listen to us, but I mean, I guess that place is far enough away from the house, right? It wouldn't matter. I said fur enough. Fur
Yeah.
enough? Is it
I
fur
mean,
enough?
when I was doing drums out there, whatever, I would say, "Was that bothering you?" And he's like, "No, I didn't even hear anything." He's half deaf anyway.
Oh, right on. Well, so am I. So, Bill, you haven't found anything yet? I'm getting all excited about
Nothing.
this.
Yeah, nothing.
All right.
I was gonna try to find the picture of me and Damo Suzuki to put that up.
Why not?
I can't find it.
It's all right, man. Well, you can load those up anytime. You don't have to. I think you can log on to Zoom.
Who's got time to prepare?
Good point. Good point. Yeah.
How we doing on time?
We got plenty of time. As a matter of fact, I was thinking about bagging early. You guys are kind of. I'm not even on fire. So what are we supposed to do? We're supposed to talk about how's this opening of the whole world going to be. We talked about it a little bit. You guys think it's going to be fine? I mean, we're all fine still, right? It's not the apocalypse, right?
Social D,
Oh, I hate that band.
distancing.
Yeah. Did you guys remember that thing that went around a little while on the various social medias? Because there was one on Twitter and one on Facebook about things you hate that other people love.
Oh yeah. Did you like that?
I mean I thought it was funny, but
Yeah.
It occurred to me. It just saying Social D made me think of the one that would be in my number one slot. Things people love that I just don't get and don't really care for. The Replacements.
You don't like the Replacements?
Not really.
Have you ever listened to that live record they put out a year ago?
I've tried. So many different people have given me different Replacements records, and I just, I understand their place in history, but yeah.
It's a live show from.
I think I have heard that.
It's really good. Oh,
There's a
Hoboken, Maxwell's.
There's an early. Isn't that a Didn't they put out? Wasn't that one of their records? Like the second or third year they were around, it was like their second or third record was a live record from that place. Doesn't it have a name? I can't remember.
No, this live show they just released it like 2 years ago.
I'll look into it. I don't know. Maybe I can get a lot of people to comment on how great the Replacements are and what I should be listening to.
They were obviously having a good night because it was one of those shows where they just sound so tight. You can tell it's a band that's been playing a lot together.
Yeah.
And they weren't too fucked up to mess up.
Screw it all up. Billy, you're so intent down there.
I am?
Yeah, you playing Candy Crush now?
No. It's Bubble Blast I've been into.
Oh, gotcha.
I was thinking I have some Steve Girton trivia.
Oh, we're going to play some trivia?
What's Steve Girton's favorite band that he has not ever seen live before?
Oh. Favorite band that he's never seen live. Jesus, I don't know if I could think of a band that I know Steve hasn't seen.
I've seen them all separate, but never together.
Seen them all separate, but never together.
The Afghan Wigs. No.
Tell me, because Billy obviously knows.
Ding, ding, ding. I'll tell you.
Tell him, Steve.
Nobody.
It's the Police, isn't it?
Yeah, I loved the Police when I was in high school.
And you've never seen them live?
Never saw them live. I was going to go to the Synchronicity concert at the Capitol Center in '83.
Yeah, they played Riverfront that year here. I was at that.
Yeah, that was the first night that I said fuck in front of my parents, and I wasn't allowed to go out that night.
How old were you? 16, 17?
Well, I was supposed to babysit Molly, my sister. She was 4 at the time. And I wasn't happy about that. But so, yeah, I didn't get to go to the show. But Dooley was telling me that he saw the tour before, the Ghost in the Machine tour at Riverfront.
Mm-hmm. I saw that too.
And he, I guess it was kind of a loose backstage atmosphere, and he just walked in through the loading dock and made his way backstage and just took in the whole show that way.
You'll have that. I saw both those shows. They were both at the Coliseum. The Ghost in the Machine show was a lot better, but both of them were, in hindsight especially, strange corporate extravaganzas. I can't think of any other way to explain it.
Corporate extravaganzas?
Yeah. Oh, there were places where, you could just totally see that it was just this 3-piece band, and they were, especially when they played a lot of the early stuff. But Ghost in the Machine was more of seeing a concert. Synchronicity was a production. It wasn't, it was a really, orchestrated, choreographed, calculated, and I didn't. Subsequently, I didn't enjoy it as much. There you go.
The whole sneaking into a show thing.
Yeah.
I did that when Nirvana did their In Utero tour in Dayton.
Right.
And I mean, I got there, super. I was the first one, other than the crew and all that.
Is it Hare Arena?
I think it was. And I remember I just walked right in, and nobody bothered you. I wasn't like trying to walk into their catering or anything like that, but
I wasn't picking off the deli tray. There's a school of thought that says whenever you're trying to commit some kind of crime, the best course of action, especially if you're going to be seen, is to just look like you know what you're doing.
I always like going to concerts as early as I could. And I remember when Firehose played at Bogarts with Yo La Tango and Sloan, and it was before Sloan had their first formal album out. I was
Really?
talking. I went up to Chris Murphy. He's just walking around checking out the posters, and this is naive young me. I walked up and I was like, "You look like you're in a band. What's it like to be in a band?" And he's like, "Well, man, I'll tell you. It's pretty cool." And then they get up and played, and I was like, "Oh wow, that was the guy I was talking to." And so afterward, I bought like the tour CD that they had, and he signed it. "Hey, it's Chris. Remember me?"
So that wasn't the Sub Pop record. That was their first one, right?
What
was the name of that? What was the name of that record, Stevie? That had Underwhelmed on it.
Smeared.
Smeared. Thank you.
Underwhelmed was on this one too, but it was like an earlier version. It was called the Peppermint EP, I think.
Okay.
And incidentally, Scott, that's the first time I met you because I was obsessed with Estrus Records, and I was like, "I heard you're in the Immortals. How in the world did you get on Estrus Records?" Because
that's not my story. That's a Bill Grape story.
Well, yeah, but you were still pretty cool. Like, well, listen, kid, I don't know. I'll tell you.
Times have changed, man.
Someday I'll interview you on my show.
That your conversation with Chris Murphy was not dissimilar for the one Christina had with him on Fountain Square last time they played down there. It's supposed to be so cool going all over the country playing. He's like, yeah.
I was there for that, wasn't I?
I think so. Jethro was there with Carolyn and me and Christina, and I think maybe neighbor Paul was there too. That was a good show. It wasn't their best. It wasn't like the Dayton show or even the 20th century, or not 20. Yeah, 20th century show was really fucking good. That band's amazing live. They really are.
I think that was the last time that I ever saw him.
20th century or that time
No,
at
that
Bogarts?
time at Bogarts.
Man.
I wish I saw the shirt. I know I did from the tour.
When you said Firehose and Yo La Tengo, I thought I was at that show, but maybe, it
was 93.
I don't remember Sloan being there. But, if they were nobody at that point, then maybe I wouldn't. I don't know.
Yeah, they were the first on.
I didn't really get into Sloan until that One Chord to Another record, which I think was
It was really good, yeah.
It's a really good record. There was a place, one of these big box, like Peaches record stores or something out in Northgate Mall years ago. And I went in there and they had the One Chord to Another CD for 99 cents. Right. And so I asked the guy, I said, how many of these do you got? And he goes, oh shit, because it was marked down so much. And he pulls out a box of like 40 of these things. And and I said, I'll give you $20 for the whole box. He said, sure. And I spent a few weeks giving people the Sloan CD, just all of it.
That looks like a ghost appeared in Billy's lower left corner there. It's a big black spot.
Paranormal on Zoom. It's a new series. You guys ready to start the new series? I'm out of time. I can't thank you guys enough again.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I almost like it better when it's so meandering.
More fun that way.
Yeah.
I miss you guys, man. I really do.
I miss you guys too. It's going to be tough, and it's tough for me anyway because I'm so touchy-feely. It's going to be tough not to hug you guys when we see each other again.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to see you tonight, guys.
Yeah.
Next week, if not before. Oh, I invited Dana. She bailed at the last minute. Maybe next week.
Get Joel next time.
Yeah, he'll come back.